Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Hydra versus IdrA on Glaive for the Patreon cast of the week. Bottom left, it is IdrA, our foreigner Terran player from America, and in the bottom right, it is ostensibly Hydra, an excellent Zerg player from Korea. High APM for both players, and this is Glaive. Again, this is the Patreon cast of the week for those of you who support me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. You get to see this 1 month before anybody else on the YouTube channel. So again, if you're watching this the week of February the 25th, I do appreciate your support for at least $1 a month. And if you're watching this in March, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 times a week with Brood War content. I eat. Okay. So this replay I got it off of Team Liquid as part of a humongous pack. It's like 680 professional gamer replays, right? And this replay name is appended with Crazy. So it's called Crazy IdrA versus Hydra. So the implication being it's a really good replay. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't watch these things before I play them. So curious to see what we get here. It's going to be an amazing game no matter what, I have to assume. But man, look at that. 500 APM sustained here by IdrA. Dude, he's spamming hard in this early game for sure. This is a patch 1.16 replay. So that puts it around, I don't know, 09, 08, something like that. So maybe about 10, 12 years old. But you know what? StarCraft is StarCraft. And we're casting this in the remastered client, which it was originally probably cast as part of the Brood War original client, right? With the lower res graphics. So we get it in the high graphics here and get to see kind of an upscale on some of the older replays, which is a lot of what my channel is. I do have a lot of current content as well, like 2021 replays, all right, 2020 replays, stuff like that. Even stuff from 2022, but also a bunch of my content is going to be for the just for the older stuff in the remaster. Anyway, hatch first in it over here is Hydra. And then pull into an extractor, so nothing crazy from him by that stretch. On the other side, what are we working on here from IdrA? You're going to try to go for that mech. He is a huge fan of the bio. The games I cast of IdrA, I think he rarely tends to go mech against Zerg. He really is a fan of the Marine Medic Firebat Science Vessel thing that Flash makes look incredibly overpowered. And every other Terran player kind of seems to struggle with more than him, which is fair because Flash is a god and he can do whatever he wants. But it's inspirational. It is inspirational to Terran players. And I wonder if part of it is they just want a matchup where they can go bio. You know what I mean? Because against Terran, mech, right? Not the same kind of mech, but mech. Protoss, mech. So they just want a strategy that they can use a bunch of Marines and Firebats and stuff. And if they have to do it against Zerg, they have to do it against Zerg. It's more viable there than anywhere else. I just came up with this theory. It sounds pretty reasonable to me. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. All right, so it does seem to be, at the very least, it's going to be this Marine opening, right? Where you get an Academy up, you get a couple medics, handful of Marines, you push out. You, at the very minimum, force the Zerg player to throw up some Sunkens here to defend against it. And then, sure, you can transition into mech. You can actually transition into mech pretty much whenever you want. In this matchup, you can open up mech. You can open this Marine medic stuff and then move into mech. You can go full into like 8 racks, Marine medic Firebat Science Vessel, and then transition into mech. It's totally doable. We've seen it done from some of the best players in the world, including Last, including Flash, including Light, right? A bunch of these dudes are just monsters of converting into that mechy stuff. So Hydra says, I don't want to be on the defensive. I don't want to have to deal with building Sunkens back at my base. I'm going to make a bunch of Lings. By that, I mean, he wants to get some damage done. This is not just a poke. This is not I'm being aggressive. This is I'm trying to actually kill stuff. Which, good luck. Great positioning here on these Marines from IdrA. He's just like, nah, man. Not happening. His APM has dipped below 300 now that there's actually stuff to do and you're not spamming anymore, which I think is generally true for most players who, again, aren't the gods that Flash and Jaedong are, right? I mean, Hydra's here still around 320 or so he's doing a bit better, but not a lot. We are getting a creep colony and trying to go for a quick third top left, trying to keep some link pressure up, maybe to make IdrA feel worried about moving out, which we have seen in TVZs in the past is where the timing is you send the Marines out, the medics, right, you go, and then the Lings that sneak in the back way and backstab you while you're away, and it sucks. So that might be what Hydra is at least threatening to do. So he doesn't have to actually invest in making this a sunken or make another sunken, right? So third base, interesting, okay, 12 o'clock position here on Moonglaive. I'm assuming this is the other spawn location. And yeah, taking that high ground so you can get the lurkers on the low ground, etc., etc. So, oh, there's 2 openings into this base. Oh! No, I cast a game like this on the last Sunday stream that I had. On February 19th, I believe it was. Yeah, so the ZVP, the win rate for Protoss on this map was horrendous because they had to worry about 2 separate openings to wall off, and early Ling pressure was stupid hard to deal with. So, okay. So, yeah, Moonglaive kind of sucks that way. Dude, this backdoor opening into the NAT is so annoying. IdrA's like, we're going to hate this map. But, yeah, so he moves out, right? And then the Lings... Oh, and there's already Mutas out as well now, too. So, about enough time for that to happen. Alright, so it's very hard to kill these Mutalisks if they're being stacked properly and they're in the hands of an expert, which Hydra definitely is. So, he's got 6 Mutas, handful of Lings. Is that enough to win this battle? Stims up, working on +1 attack, making more medics, getting some nice free shots off here. I mean, that's a dead Mutalisk, and only 1 Marine has died. If you can kill these Lings early, too, that's real nice. And, oh, losing a Mutalisk for a Marine. Once again, great trade. Fantastic trade there from IdrA. Really, really nice. And then, yeah, got a bunker up back home, got additional Marines to chase these Lings around and kill them. It's got turrets up in case the Mutas make a beeline into the natural or the main base. I like this. I like this a lot from IdrA. He's doing fine. He's up 58 to 42 total supply. Another Mutalisk dies. I don't think these Mutas are paying for themselves. He's making more of them, by the way. 2 more. Flyer attacks is getting researched. Only 6 Mutas. This could be up to as many as like 10, except he keeps losing Mutalisks. He keeps making them too. Dude, that +1 attack finishing would be so nice. This is so worrisome. This is a worrisome number of Mutalisks when you have this many Marines out. But they've got Stim. They've got medics to support them. They're as strong as they can probably be here at the 7-minute mark. But this little surround to play. Yeah, this little... Oh, but not actually working together all that well with the Mutas. But still, I mean, the control here is sick from Hydra, as you're going to expect it to be. Oh, and that's death. That is death to this whole group. Okay. So that is where the Mutas start to pay for themselves, when they can wipe out an entire group of Marines and medics like they did there exactly. 57 to 45 supply is not as big an advantage as it was, obviously. All right. So, I mean, obviously, Hydra's going to be a favorite here. IdrA, one of the best foreigner players of all time, but not necessarily up at the level of the best Koreans. That's just the nature of the StarCraft beast. At least in Brood War. That's really kind of evened up in StarCraft 2. We have some amazing, amazing European younger up-and-coming players who have won World Championships. So, I mean, if you're a foreigner watching this and you're like, man, I really wish non-Koreans won major tournaments sometimes, that's what StarCraft 2 is for. Ow! Ow! 2 free medics! No! No! Alright, IdrA. IdrA, that's 2 separate pushouts. Destroyed. Sure, there's only 5 Mutalisks left, but so what? Lurker aspects coming in. The third base is happy. We're going to put some Hydras at the top of this ramp. By this, I mean, okay. Sitting on the ramp in case an attack shows up. Why would there be an attack show up? 2 separate pushouts from IdrA have been completely wiped out so far. My microphone is struggling. Missile turrets getting some free hits up. A Marine dies, but ow. We just don't like that at all. Not even a little bit. Lurkers coming up at the front door of the natural. Lurkers here to defend, the third base as well. Hydra playing this well. It's not, it's not flawless execution from him. He's lost a bunch of Mutalisks. He's made a ton. And he only has 5 remaining. So, I mean, if IdrA's going to be in this game, it's going to be because of that, really. But the Muta count's not as big as it was. But that said, we got to deal with Lurkers now, which is The absolute bane of this strategy is Lurkers with Dark Swarm. Against these poor Marines and these poor medics, you just can't heal through the damage output by Lurker Spines. Never a thing that you can do here. Science Vessel Irradiate in production as well from IdrA. He's getting all the pieces he needs. What he also really needs is a third base. Is this a stop trap here from the Lurkers? Feel like it is. Feeling like it is. Oh, gosh, no. Gosh, no. It's a trap. It's a trap. Scan ahead of you. Wait for a science vessel to show up. Oh, no. No, he's spamming stop so they're not attacking. Oh! Oh, the science vessel showed up. He didn't walk into the trap. IdrA. I mean, sure, a bunch of medics and stuff died. Oh, siege tank goes down. All right, problematic. But siege tank science vessel, the answer to Lurkers to some extent. Do not lose that. We're going to lose it. Okay. Science vessel not quite well protected there by IdrA, unfortunately, but hey, sometimes that stuff happens. All right, Lurker down, Lurker down, Lurker down. Okay, so wiping out this Lurker group. Oh my gosh, even if everybody else dies, which they're not going to die, because are we spending that much more on Mutalisks? Not really. We've got 7 of them, so we have replenished a tiny bit. But okay, I mean, look, IdrA's doing some work here. He's doing fine. Do I think he's going to win this game? I don't feel like he's going to win this game. But you know what? That's why we cast him. That's why we watch him, is because nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going to happen here. These Mutas have +1 attack. The Marines have +1 attack as well, though. They feel brave enough to chase these suckers down because we're not making more Mutas. The Muta ball needs to stay what it is. And if it doesn't, you gotta depend on those Lurkers in that Dark Swarm, which is not actually coming up. I'm trying to look for the Defiler Mound, but okay, so nice split there. But dealing with Mutas and Lurkers and Lings, oh, the Scourge do not connect on the Science Vessel. That's huge. That's massive. 1 hit, but not the 2 required. Science Vessel sees what we're dealing with. IdrA pushing up. Siege Tank sieging up. He only has the 1, but another one joining the party here. Scourge want to connect on that Science Vessel real bad, but they are not allowed. Young children and old people, not allowed. Lurkers really want to kill these tanks. Coming in from all directions, though. Lings, the Scourge, do not connect on the Science Vessel. That's so big. More Marines are jumping the party here, too. But the Lurker Spines are so problematic. I mean, there's not, the Defiler Mound is not even done yet. And the Lurker Spines are problematic. IdrA needs a third base at this stage. We're 13 minutes in. He's doing pretty darn well. He's up 84 to 66 supply. He's got a better economy, but he's oversaturating his natural base a little bit, and his main base definitely is oversaturated. So getting a third base is not easy on this map, especially if, you know, this kind of safe base to take has been taken by the Zerg already. But Adrenal Glands coming in, Consume coming in, all of this is extremely bad news bears here for IdrA. All those things. Okay, I guess we're just going to donate some Zerglings. Okay. Whatever you're into, Hydra, I'm not going to shame you, but that's not the greatest play of all time. I mean, if they had Adrenal, maybe. They don't even have attack upgrades yet. We're not spending gas on that. We are going to get Adrenal, because Lings with Adrenal are infinitely better, even if they have 0 attack upgrades. So, all right. We're not bringing any tanks around. I would prefer to have tanks around. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Science Vessel count is at 4. The Irradiates available are pretty good. By that, I mean there are 2. 2 Irradiates are available on this group right now. Zergling dead. I'm going to try to take a 4th. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to Boxer maneuver up here. That might not be a terrible idea. At the very least, denying the 4th base means that IdrA gets to stay in this game. If Hydra can establish a 4th base and IdrA's only on 2, that's it. Like, I really don't care what else happens in this game. And now the Dark Swarm has arrived. Hoo boy. Hoo boy. For boy. 133 to 85 supply, though, is pretty good for IdrA. It is, again, Marines cheap. You can make them a lot. They count as one supply. Fourth base. Killed. I'm not even sure if that was canceled for Hydra. It floating a bunch of cash. Oh, is that 2 science vessels down? Oh my gosh. Not a third one? No! Oh, connection, but not a third one. Just very close to death. Lings, still no attack upgrades, but their adrenal gland is up and they're feeling very brave. They do kill a Marine there. They wouldn't have been able to kill if they didn't have adrenal. Once again, trying to really get this 4th base here is IdrA, if at all possible, but I don't know. Oh. Okay, Lings allowing the lurkers to burrow in there. Okay, lurker down, lurker down. You're inside the Dark Swarm. You can handle these Lings. Oh, the science vessels going down all the time here too. Just not protecting the science vessels with the absolute control you need. Oh, fire bat drop. Okay, all right. Little Marine fire bat drop up in here. I like this from IdrA quite a bit. Dude, the Defiler Mine going down would be brutal. And, yeah, they're going to get it. So, all right, Defiler Mine sniped by IdrA. Killer move. Also, Defiler dead. Yep, Defiler dead. This whole group is going to die to Correctlings inside the Dark Swarm. But, hey, Defiler killed and Defiler Mound dies, which means it needs to be replaced. Super annoying for Hydra. Going to slow down that production. There we go. And pushing up here. You're going to get a 4th base. Dude, lurkers in tight spaces. But you've removed Dark Swarm from the equation to some extent anyway. So it's not the worst thing in the world here from IdrA. He's got 2/2 upgrades. That's fantastic. 3/3 is on the way. These Lings still don't have attack up. They're working on +1 melee. And the new Defiler Mount is already popped. So new Defilers are on the way. There's already one. Man, that Marine, though. Already one over here. I like bringing fire bats into the play. I'm a big fan of it. He's like, Dark Swarm is banned. The Plague is back on the menu, boys. Back, ready to rock, ready to cause all sorts of havoc upon these poor Marines and medics and fire bats. And the medics are going to run out of energy trying to repair the damage the Plague is doing. He's not allowing the medics to hold still, though. Maybe he is here, though, and they're going to start... he's continually moving them until the Plague wears off, and then he'll let him heal, I think is the... There we go. Hey, all right. So these medics have a bunch of energy left on them. They're, not being... There's some healing happening. A little bit. Just a little bit of healing happening. Beautiful control. 2/2 Marines. Pretty scary. 3/3 Marines are not far away. Pull back. Guys healed up yet? Kind of. A Plague on 2 of the science vessels. Pretty good Plague. Not the greatest Plague of all time. And then irradiating Defilers. Very nicely done. 141 and 96 supply. Pushing up on this 4th. I'm telling you, this 4th base is key for Hydra. If he can hang on to it, he's got this game in the bag. But if he can't hang on to it, that Plague is so sick. That Plague is so sick. God, these lurkers are just like, please come in here. We'll eat your Plague butts for dinner. And they're just like, fine. Plague is stupid. Got a 3rd base rolling at least. That's nice. There's no gas here, but you know what? You don't need a ton of gas for the strategy. You need some, obviously, for the science vessels and the medics and the fire bats and stuff, but Marines are the backbone, and Marines are minerals. Minerals only. Good unit. Marines are very cheap. Lings are trying to take a super roundabout path. And they're succeeding. This group not doing as well, but this group gonna win. You still have to worry about a bunker, though. So, like, I don't know what that's all about. Unless you're just going after smaller groups of reinforcements. But that does seem to be the attempted play there. Doesn't work super mega well, though. 147 to 115 supply. More fire bats on the way. Skirt protecting it against science vessel. Irradiate casts. This group... Hydra finally sends enough Lings to murderize that group. Fine, I guess. Irradiate. Nice target, but the Plague again! Oh my gosh, these Plagues have been so stupidly on point. It hurts. It hurts my Zerg heart to see that happening. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. That's going to be really good against these Marines for sure. Even if they have 3/3. on, Plague. Wear it off. Wear off the Plague. Wear off the stuff. Okay, some free Ling kills here, too. Dark Swarm tossed up by the Defiler, who was just about to die. Very smart play for sure. 153 to 111 supply. Ling's got that +1 upgrade, working on +2. Ultraless Cavern, going to allow the Ultras to have some really nice upgrades as well. So Idra's kind of bouncing back and forth. He's like, either if I kill the natural base, that's great. If I kill the 4th base, that's great. But he's really been unable to crack either of them. Really nice. Irradiate with the Scourge hits! And the Plagues are so good! There has not been a single Plague today that I was like, oh, that's alright. Caught a couple Marines and like a medic. No! These Plagues have just been absolutely devastating to Idra's ability to stand and fight. You can't do it. He's taking a 4th base, which I can definitely support because the natural's mined out and his main is mined out. At least Hydra still has tiny bits of income available in his main and his naturals, which is kind of cool, actually. Fire Bats inside the Dark Swarm. This is not going all that well. Where are the Fire Bats? There's only one Fire Bat. It's too smart. Too smart to come out of that Dark Swarm. Just genius. Genius plays here from Hydra. Another drop. Okay, snuck a drop in. You still have drones in your main? Not anymore, you don't. Holding 3 attack, 3 armor, but too many Zergling. Just overwhelming there. Morlings coming in. This is bad. And that's it. GG. IdrA taps out at 21 minutes. His attack doesn't do as much as he wants it to do. He's never able to break the 4th base. He's never able to break the natural base either. And that is your GG. Just too many Lings, Hydras, too many Science Vessels went down. The Plagues were ultra important there as well. And at the end of the game, just too many Plagues, too many good trades for a Zerg player. And once IdrA recognized he was going to lose his 4th and probably lose his 3rd, that's it. Like, those are his sources of income. He didn't have a giant bank to rely on. Hydra's still mining, again, from his main base and his natural base. And his 3rd and his 4th and his 5th are mining here too. All right. All right. So GG there. Well done by Hydra. I don't know what's necessarily crazy about that game, unless, IdrA outperformed what people expected him to as this situation. I would assume maybe that's what we're talking about. But yeah, 115,000, 129,000 points there in favor of Hydra. We got 324 units lost to 208 for the Terran, but outproduced. The Terran was by about 500 to 330, so close to a 2-to-1, but not too bad. And honestly, in an 8-rack strategy, that's kind of insanely good. That is very, very good for Hydra. Resources outspending the Terran by a full, I want to say, 8,000 resources there in 20 minutes. It's enough. It's enough if you're being cost efficient, right? Anyway. That was good. That was a very, very fantastic game. Hope you enjoyed it. This is going to be Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. We're going to wow. You can find me on Twitch, Facebook, Patreon, YouTube, all those good places at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.